Next two guests are the most popular and influential movie critics around these days. Their syndicated show is seen all over the country every week, called Siskel and Ebert at the Movies. Would you welcome Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert? Good to see you again, guys.
Nice to be here.
All right.
How are you?
Good. I haven't seen any movies this summer at all, so whatever you tell me.
Well, we've seen everything, so what would you like to know about?
We haven't seen the new Superman movie. They're not screening it.
What do you
Opens
mean?
tomorrow. Warner Brothers isn't screening it for critics.
Why do movie theaters do that?
Very bad sign.
Why is that?
Basically, I think because they don't want to review until they get that first weekend. You know,
Thinking
everybody goes on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, spends their money, then on Monday they read that it's not a good
You
movie.
mean to tell me if the movie company doesn't think it's that good a movie, they get it into the theaters before you guys get a whack at it?
I would say that basically there's no recorded instance in history of a distributor that thought they had a good movie and decided not to show it to the critics.
I see. So you think that's the reason?
Well, I don't know, Gene. What do you think?
I think that's the reason.
I
And
think
you know
that's the
what's
reason,
unfortunate is I don't think they often know what's a good movie and what's not a good movie. So therefore, they're not even giving the movie a chance because we might say in Friday's paper, it's a good movie.
There have been cases where we've really gone to bat and really asked for a movie to be shown to us, and then we've seen it and we've liked it, even though maybe the distributor didn't like it.
Okay, that's interesting.
I don't know if that's going to be the case this time
I know
around.
television shows have done that before. They get a show on the air and don't preview it to the critics.
You know, I was noticing that George...
No, I was no reference to George at all. No, I didn't mean...
I noticed that George didn't even bring along a clip from his show.
Well,
did he have a
probably
clip the
thought you'd
last...
review
When
it.
you were on the last time, did you bring a clip along that people could see?
Actually not. Good question. Next time I will.
Because maybe we're making a mistake, Gene.
Yeah, I knew you guys were going to
we
do
did,
something a little
yes.
bit different tonight.
A little different.
We had, see, just when George decided it wasn't the best idea, we kind of thought it might be because we've been on the show several times, and we've never had an opportunity to really show you a clip from our show. We're not sure that you're up late enough to watch it, you know, so we thought you might be interested.
You have a clip of your show?
Yeah, next week's show. Want to take a look?
Sure. All right, watch the monitors.
This friend of mine, he talked to this friend of his that he knows. And this friend of his, he knows a friend who talked to another friend to talk to somebody connected with you. I think your mother?
That's talk show host Johnny Carson making his 1964 feature film debut in Looking for Love, co-starring Connie Francis. And that is one of the movies we'll be looking at this week. I'm Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times.
And I'm Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune. Johnny Carson is widely acknowledged as a master of show business. But based on Looking for Love, that business doesn't include the movies. In Looking for Love, Connie Francis plays a woman who goes on the Carson show to promote her latest invention, an oversized coat hanger called the Ladies Valet. They were really funny, Roger, back in 1964. Carson is given the difficult assignment of playing himself. He is not equal to the challenge. Here is an example of his fabled interviewing skill.
This crazy thing you have here that looks like a blind date for a Martian. Tell me about this, will you?
And here he uses some subtle facial expressions. And here, look how he holds the audience in the palm of his hand.
I'm cute. But outside of that, nothing.
You know something? I'd kind of like to hear outside of that nothing. How about you?
It doesn't look a bit, does it, like they were paid to clap. What a lively audience he attracted back then. I guess you're in trouble as an actor when you can't play yourself. Johnny Carson would only make one more movie, the appropriately named Cancel My Reservation.
So you're voting thumbs down on this movie?
Roger, 10 fingers down.
I don't think so, because first of all, I think you're totally wrong about Johnny Carson. He could play himself, and it's obvious that he was playing himself. I mean, when you look at that performance, it makes you think of Johnny Carson. Looks just like Johnny Carson does today.
Let's put it this way, Roger. If that were the way Johnny Carson really was, I don't think he would have lasted 25 years.
But it was the way he really was, and he has lasted more than 25 years. And here's another thing. He's not just playing that scene by himself. He's in there with Connie Francis. Now, we're talking acting here. And for somebody whose background was only in television at that time, game shows, to be able to hold his own and to hold the screen against that Connie Francis performance, that's acting.
Roger, I have one question.
Okay?
Did either Johnny Carson or Ed McMahon give you $1 million on TV recently?
Yeah, and I also got a house and a boat and 3 weeks in Tahiti. How'd you do?
Good stuff. Looking for love.
You know, the last
Cool.
the last time we were on the show, you mentioned that you had made that
mentioned
movie,
Looking
and
for
somehow
Love.
it didn't ring a bell with either Gene or myself, so we went back and took a look at it.
Yeah.
It's not on video, by the way, Johnny.
No kidding.
No.
Why why you look so nervous there, so uncomfortable. Why'd you do such a bad job?
I'll tell you why.
You're playing yourself.
Now, Gene, that was supposed to be a joke. Now, you're being very hard on
You guys were cruel.
I'm a professional critic.
I'll tell you why I did that.
Okay.
You know that scene took a whole day to do that?
Did you have that much trouble getting your lines right?
No, it just went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And at that time, I think I'd been doing the Tonight Show about a year or something. And somebody said, I think it was late Joe Pasternak, says, I'll give you $20,000 to come on and do that.
Sounded good, right?
That sounded good at that time. That's why I did that. But
What,
you guys, how'd you get that from the Turner Broadcasting owns that picture?
Yes, they do. They own the rights to it, and they...
I think they're probably going to re-release it now.
Yes,
It's Johnny
because-
Carson's first movie.
All
I
of
think
this
they're going to
publicity, they'll
take the
probably
color
put-
out and make it black and white instead. Just reverse. Look, let me do this. You guys are cruel and you'll pay for this sooner or later. We'll be right back. This is not an upcoming show. This was a little
It actually was a put on, yes. we have to
specialty
admit,
stuff.
yes.
Well done, anyway. I haven't seen that for a long time, and now I know why. Okay, you guys disavowed violently on one picture. Full Metal Jacket.
Well, that was an interesting show because Gene really tried to catch me in a contradiction. I had given a positive review on that show to Benji the Hunted. And
Wonderful title, I might add.
Yes.
Benji the Hunted, sounds like... you would think Benji were a machine, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, Arnold the Hunted.
Benji the Hunter might have been a better title, or maybe
Benji's
even
a little
Benji
tiny
the Puppy
dog.
would have been a good title. Or Benji the Cute Puppy. But I voted thumbs down on Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket, which was a great, ambitious, expensive, major war epic, because I didn't feel that it worked, and I voted thumbs up on Benji the Hunted. And Gene felt that this was a contradiction because he felt that Benji the Hunted was not as good a movie as Full Metal Jacket.
Yes, in fact, at the end, I trapped Roger into saying, now come on, Gene, you know that Full Metal Jacket is 10 times the movie.
Yeah, but you see, the problem is, this is kind of complicated, is Full Metal Jacket is aiming up here and didn't make it, and Benji is aiming down here, sort of, and did make it, so to speak.
So you're rewarding
See, this
a
is real
film for... You're
complicated.
rewarding a film, if I get it right, you're rewarding a film for aiming low and hitting it rather than missing, aiming high.
See, we were cut off on our show just when I was moving my hands around to try to explain this to you. See?
In other words, what you'd like to say to people is...
Children who... Now, first of all, nobody your age is going to go see Benji the Hunted unless you're paid to do it, right? It's a kid's movie.
It's not a good film.
Well, but for children it is.
I say it isn't.
I think it was very interesting with that little dog chasing
By the way, the
little
film-
cougar, the poor little cougar.
Oh, I've never
kittens
seen
there.
that before.
And it
Marlon
feeds them and
Perkins
it
did-
guards them, and for 4 days it protects them from the
Marlon
wolf
Perkins
and from
did
the
it-
eagle, and it
Marlon-
only eats a raspberry the whole
Marlon
time.
Perkins did it better for 25 years on Wild Kingdom.
But see, the point is, when a kid goes to a movie, he's looking for a little trained dog and something like that. And to that degree, you see, to the degree
a
that
better film
to the degree that you expect a Benji movie, you get one, and to the degree that you expect a great Kubrick movie, a Full Metal Jacket, you don't get one.
I'm being serious and not joking. The
I'm
Kubrick film,
I'm being serious too.
Now, look, when we did Looking for Love, we aimed low and we hit it. You see, we knew where we were going. You would have loved that picture. See, you didn't see the whole picture, did you?
Which picture is that?
Looking for Love, the one...
Why would we...
Actually, no, we only saw
Because that scene was very powerful in context with the rest of the picture. To take something out of context and show a little... and then lose the whole dramatic...
In other words, you had a lot of other scenes in the movie.
Many, many more.
How many more?
Well, there was one.
None.
One.
Tell us about Cancel My Reservation.
Did I do that?
That was your second film. Yeah.
What the hell was that? Bob Hope? Oh, my God, yes, I did a little cameo in the Bob Hope picture. We don't have time for that. Thank God you don't have that one. We'll be right back. One of the things we were going to talk about tonight. We'll do it next time.
It'll be fun.
We'll come back on and talk about some of the summer movies. And also you guys had some views about the video home cassette stuff that you want to talk about. We'll touch on it next time.
Yeah, this was so
Thanks for being here,
interesting
and
in your films.
thanks for treating my picture with such reverence.
Our pleasure.
Thanks
George?
for not making any more.
Yeah. George, you are going to be opening in Houston in a play called
Forward.
Henceforward.
In October.
In October.
Thank you for the plug.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Will you come back and tell us about it?
I'd be delighted. Thank
Well, we'd be delighted to have you. Tomorrow,